Hi! So I am just starting my second round of the Whole30 program, and I'm super excited. I did this almost a year ago, just barely over a year ago actually, for the first time, and it was definitely very intimidating to go into it that first time because it's drastically different than how most of us eat. So, but I did it, I went into it, and I was fully committed. And I made it through the whole 30 days, and I felt so fantastic. I felt so good. I'm still kind of sad that I didn't stick with it even partially for longer than I did once I'd finished it, but I felt fantastic. And in this program, they always tell you, like, this is not a weight loss program, this is a lifestyle change, get healthy program, but weight loss is often a byproduct of that, because when you start feeding your body good fuel, and you know, treating your body great and just giving it the nutrients it needs rather than all this other junk on top of it, you do lose weight. And so last year when I did it, I was actually at one of my heaviest weights. I don't know, I hadn't weighed myself. I just know that I was feeling like garbage. I felt slow and tired, and none of my clothes fit, and I was a little over a year postpartum, and I still wasn't fitting back in any of my pre-pregnancy clothes or anything like that. And I did this program, and I had energy. I could keep up with my little guy. I fit back in my pre-pregnancy clothes. So it was really, honestly, kind of life-changing for me. It was really great. And for the entire year, I've been raving about it. I still love it. Everybody who talks to me about it, I'm like, be prepared. You're going to do 5,000 dishes, but you're going to feel amazing. It's so wonderful and so worth it. And then my sister recently was saying how she wasn't feeling really great and she wanted to do Whole30, but she couldn't talk her husband into doing it with her, which I had a hard time. My husband only lasted half the time last time, so she was like, I need moral support, will you do it with me again? And so I agreed. I said, yeah, let's do it. It did take a little talking into, because I know it's a fair amount of work, but yeah, so we have started doing it together, and I actually have a friend who I think is going to join us in a week. But yeah, it's easier with a support system for sure. So 2 of us / probably 3 of us are going to be doing it together, and I'm really excited. That being said, I did want to kind of explain what it is, so that as you're watching these videos and kind of following along, you understand what I'm doing and why. So I'll show you this book again in a minute and kind of go through it, but I just want to show you. So it talks about what is allowed and what's not, and I'm going to read it because it's specific and I don't want to miss anything. So this is what it says. Here are the yeses: meat, seafood, eggs, vegetables, fruit, and natural fats. The no's are do not consume sugar, alcohol, grains, legumes, or dairy, and no baked goods and treats. And you're also not allowed to wear or measure yourself during the whole 30 days. So you can't consume sugar of any kind, even natural sugar. So even like maple syrup, honey, agave, anything like that is a no-no. The only sugar you get through this is from like fruit. And obviously you don't want to overdo it, like just be chugging juice all day or something like that. But fruit is the only way that you really get sugar during this. And you can't have dairy, but you can have clarified butter or ghee, same thing. I just buy this giant tub of ghee at Costco, and it's great. That's what I use all the time anymore, so we already have that around. But it's just like a really good way to make sure that you're only eating the fuel your body needs and you're not adding in anything else. And the reason that they cut out the things that they cut out, things like legumes, which are not an unhealthy food by any means, but all the things they cut out are things that are known to be inflammatory to your body. And if you look into inflammation at all, inflammation in general is just not great. Inflammation causes like autoimmune diseases and regular illness. It makes you more susceptible to illness, and it just makes you more tired and just not functioning at your best. So the idea is to cut out everything that could cause inflammation for 30 days, give your body a chance to have everything settle down, kind of detox from all that stuff, get rid of that inflammation, and get you really feeling awesome. At the end of the program, you can either continue with it if you're liking it, or you can reintroduce the foods, and you're supposed to reintroduce them one at a time, all the like no foods, so that as you reintroduce them, you can see like, okay, I ate legumes today, I had some black beans or whatever. I feel totally fine. So I know those are okay for my body. Or you reintroduce beans or whatever and you feel really bloated or anything like that, and you say, okay, maybe that's something I should consider not keeping in my diet moving forward. And so you kind of just look at it that way. It's a good way to have your body be able to communicate with you and tell you what is healthy and good for it and what is not, because all of our bodies are different and we're all going to react to different foods different ways. So it's really awesome that way. But the thing I love about it is just it's a good way to be really committed to just eating really, really clean and healthy, and just really taking care of your body. It also is a good reminder for me to cook at home. I feel like I'm kind of a 50-50 person a lot of the time, as far as like buying food, going out to eat, that kind of thing, versus making it. And I mean, I will eat out at healthy places sometimes. I don't always, it's not like I'm always getting a greasy McDonald's hamburger or something like that. But, you know, in this day and age, I feel like, oh, I'm tired. I don't want to cook dinner tonight, and we'll just go grab something. Where this is a really good way for me to have to cook at home, because there are very few places you can get food that follows all of these requirements on this list. So you do have to cook a lot. There is a lot of dishes involved, but it's super duper worth it. I honestly have never felt better than last year when I did this, so I'm very much looking forward to it. It was a little, I don't know, I was a little hesitant to say yes because I know that there's work involved as far as like all the cooking. But as soon as I said yes, I got really excited because I know how good I'm gonna feel, and I can't wait. So that was a not so short overview of what this is, but I'm gonna take you guys along on this little 30-day journey with me. And I'll be showing you some of the recipes I'm cooking, the cookbooks I use. I'll probably even take you like grocery shopping at some point, just little different things like that, and kind of give you an inside peek of what it's like to do Whole30. Good morning, guys. This is day one of Whole30, which I did almost exactly a year ago, and my sister just talked me into doing it again. So we're starting off today with just a really simple breakfast. I'll show you what we're doing, but it's gonna be really easy. This doesn't have to be as scary as it sounds. So yeah, let's just jump into that. So today we're making hash browns, bacon, and eggs. These eggs are from our chickens. Obviously just some potatoes. And then this is bacon that has no sugar in it, so it is compliant. You gotta always check the ingredients. Bacon's a hard one to find that's compliant, but luckily this is. So we're just gonna go ahead and chop these up and go from there. Alright, so I have all my potatoes chopped up for my hash browns, and I'm just going to put, where'd it go? There we go. Some ghee in there. It's basically just clarified butter that you didn't have to clarify yourself, so it meets the no dairy standards for Whole30. So I'll just get some of that in there because I have a lot of potatoes. I'll do some salt and pepper and seasonings in there, and then we'll get that hair out of there. That's gross. And cook these up. Potatoes are cooking good. Throw the bacon on. We're getting there. Alright, so that's our breakfast. We've got our hash browns with the eggs in them. We've got our bacon. Ben, are you excited to eat breakfast? Is that bacon? Got some black coffee because you can have that. So we're going to eat. For me, last time I did this, one of the hardest parts was all of the dishes and trying to keep up with that. So I'm trying really hard to stay caught up on the dishes. Got our breakfast dishes done. And I'm going to be trying to do a lot more meals that are like in the crock pot or the Instant Pot or like a one sheet or one pan kind of a thing, to try and stay on top of that, since I'm working from home full time and I have Ben with me full time while Austin's at work. Obviously he helps when he gets home, but yeah, so I'm trying really hard to limit the amount of dishes, but even just Tupperware saving food gets to be a lot. So that's definitely something I'm trying to stay on top of. And really quick, I also wanted to talk to you about the books that I'm using because they're super, super helpful. I highly recommend getting this book if you're going to do Whole30. The whole beginning of the book is explaining the ins and outs and why you do it and the yes and the no and all that different kind of stuff. So super duper helpful. And then the whole last half is different recipes and things. That's a must-have. Fast and Easy is one that I had. So I had this one and this one last time I did Whole30. And this one I got obviously Fast and Easy because some of the recipes do take a while. They take a lot of prep, and this one cuts down on that a lot. So like you can see, this one, for example, takes 30 minutes total. If you're slow at chopping, it will take a little bit longer. But yeah, so I got this one because it has a lot of different great things that don't take as long. And then I decided if I'm doing it again, I wanted to have some variety and also help with obviously cooking stuff quicker. So I got this one that's a slow cooker with instant pot recipes, so I can just do it at the beginning of the day and not have to worry about it. You can see it's got some really delicious different things in there. And then I also just got the regular Whole30 cookbook this time, again for some variety. I mean, look how good this stuff looks. So yeah, super duper excited to have some more options this time. There are books that are Whole30 like endorsed, but usually those ones have some meals that are Whole30 in them and some that aren't, and I just wanted to be able to flip through it, and anything that looked good, know that it's okay. So yeah, I've got these four. Super duper stoked. I will link these below so that you can find them, and yeah, they're awesome. Random side note, I love doing Whole30 because I have all this like fresh food on my countertops and stuff that hangs out all the time, and I love seeing it, number one, and number two, it's good knowing that we're eating a lot of fresh stuff instead of a lot of already made, processed, anything like that. So we've got this big fire out back behind my house. We're just outside swimming. I'm gonna have some grapes. Whole30 says not to snack, but I always have to snack as I'm adjusting. Otherwise, I just can't handle it. But yeah, we got this crazy fire going on. We've got a helicopter. I don't know if you can see it. Water. Yeah, coming in with water. I didn't really end up eating lunch because we had a late breakfast since it's Sunday, so I just snacked on some grapes and stuff like I showed you guys, and then I'm going to cook dinner now. So we're doing this mustard rubbed pork tenderloin. I was laughing because you can see the pork tenderloin needs to be about 1 1/4 pounds, but I could not find any small pork tenderloins when I was at the store yesterday. I got the smallest one they had, and it's almost 4 pounds. So I think I'm gonna cut it in half, and then we'll get this going. Here's all my sauce ingredients. We're gonna mix it up in here. And there it is. Got our parsley, lemon zest, pepper, salt, and coarse mustard. This next part of my recipe calls for rosemary, so I am just going to pick some out of my backyard. Well, I obviously did fresh rosemary and fresh parsley over there, but I'm a cheater when it comes to garlic, and I do this pre-minced stuff because it saves me 10 hours of time, and this one is compliant with the ingredients it's allowed to have. So like I said, this guy is about 4 pounds, which is over twice what I need it to be. So I'm going to cut it in half. It'll still be a little bit bigger than I need it to be, but that's okay. I'm not sad to have extra. So we'll go ahead and cut this in half. I'm going to cut it long ways so that it still cooks in the time it's supposed to, and I'll freeze the other half for another meal. But I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then once I've got that cut in half, we're going to put this mustard mixture all over the tenderloin, throw it in here, and then get our veggies, have the rosemary and oil and everything, and place them around the tenderloin. Alright, so that's the finished product that we're going for right there, and this is where we're at. So I think we're doing pretty good, and we're going to get it in the oven. Just like that. It's done. Time to eat. Good morning. So it's day 2. I made it through all of yesterday, and it was great. I only had those grapes as a snack, and I just had my 2 meals, I guess, that I had, and it actually went really well. I feel like I was a lot hungrier last time, but maybe in a few days that's going to kick in as my body really is detoxing from having like all the carbs and stuff. And maybe detoxing is not the right word, but adjusting to not having them. I will say I already feel less tired, I guess. I had less trouble getting up this morning than I usually do. And I even was motivated to do some like yoga stretches and things, which I love doing yoga, but I haven't done it for a really long time. Just because I always feel too tired to get up early enough to do it. And then, I mean, I've got a toddler running around, so it's a little bit harder to do it then. When he's down for nap, I'm working, so I have to get up early to do it. And I felt like I actually had the energy to do that this morning. So it was really awesome. I'm excited to start day 2 and have you come along with us. So I just got this little guy out of bed, and we are going to go ahead and make a quick breakfast because I only have like 20 minutes until my first work meeting starts. So we're going to do some eggs with onions and tomatoes and bacon. I have this little pearl onion. I don't need a ton, so I have a little one from a local farm, which I love. Got a tomato from my sister, her garden. And then I'm going to get some of the same bacon we cooked yesterday and some eggs. And we're just going to do like a little veggie egg scramble thing. Everything is chopped up. I've got my bacon and my onion in my pan. My tomatoes are ready. And yes, I chopped off a bunch of bacon fat. I don't love the fat part of the bacon. I'm just going for the meat here. So I'll get these fried up. And then once we get the eggs in there, I'll probably add the tomatoes because I don't want them to cook too much. So here we go. Getting all crisped up here. It's already smelling like heaven in my house. I have to say, these pans are amazing. I love them so much. They're Ballerini. They're a ceramic and granite non-stick pan. They cook awesome. They don't stick to anything. I will have a little bacon grease in here, obviously, but not a ton because I took off a lot of that fat. And I'll be able to put the eggs right in here, and they won't stick at all. Like, you need no cooking oil and stuff. So you can have it if you want it, but you don't have to. They're seriously awesome. And they are non-toxic because that nice ceramic lining. So I love them. We just got them a few weeks ago. Highly recommend. I'll put a link for these in the description also. Okay, I got those eggs added. I did some salt and pepper. Just gonna finish cooking that. Breakfast is served. So I planted a garden this year, just a little one in some buckets. I got some stuff here, here, and there. But you can see right here, my basil, it super pooped out on me. And I think I know why, but regardless, it pooped out on me. And a lot of Whole30 recipes actually call for fresh basil. And so to save myself some money, I am going to plant a new one in place of that old guy so that we can have some fresh basil in the backyard. Alright, we got that new basil planted in there and it looks a million times better. And you can see my squash plant's doing good, so we'll be able to use that for some of these meals. Obviously we used rosemary yesterday. Careful, Ben. My zucchini is very sad, and my dill like came out, shot up like a rocket and died. So I don't know, but that's doing good. You got yams right there that we should be able to use soon, and tomatoes that keep getting flowers and then nothing, so we'll see. Got little gardener Ben here watering our new basil for us. Basils.
Water.
Good job, dude. Watering the squash.
Water.
Lunch today for me is my leftovers from last night. So I've got my mustard pork loin thing with my onions and carrots. Ben's having a PB&J because the mustard rub is a little too spicy for him. So having a sandwich. And honestly, that's one of the hard things about this is like when I was making a sandwich, it's just kind of habit. If you get peanut butter or something on your finger, you want to lick it off, right? It's like, I don't know. Maybe that's gross. Maybe I'm the only one who does that, but it's just breaking habits like that is a little bit harder. But so far so good. I didn't have to have a snack between breakfast and lunch today, so that was good. Between lunch and dinner is usually a little bit longer span, so we'll see how I do there. But yeah, I was totally fine until about 11:30, so that's not that long of a gap, but it worked for us. We're out here giving our chickens a little treat so that they keep giving us our yummy backyard fresh eggs. So at this point, lunch was about 4 hours ago, and I am starving. So I'm gonna have myself a little peach here, some carrots, and this is Tessie Mae's Creamy Ranch, but it is dairy-free, gluten-free, sugar-free, and Whole30 approved. So I'm gonna be dipping my carrots in my ranch and eating my peach so that I don't die before dinner. I just have to say, this ranch from Tessie Mae's is bomb. Tonight for dinner, we're gonna do this orange chicken with cauliflower rice. Looks super yummy. And I am gonna do some regular rice for Ben and my husband so they can have some regular rice, but I will be eating the cauliflower rice. So these are our ingredients for dinner tonight. We got our cauliflower rice, all these veggies and things for our stir fry. We got real oranges and orange juice. For the sauce, coconut aminos instead of soy sauce. So yeah, we're gonna get cooking, but I'm excited. I love all these ingredients, and that picture looks fabulous. I've got my little helper here. Ben, can you say hi? Oh, okay. Veggies are cut. You can tell I am not a professional chef by my super wonky sizes, but that's just how we roll around here. I got my chicken cut up, but then I realized I didn't thaw enough, so I got a little more thawing in the sink, and we are going to make the sauce right now. I've got my trusty little helper. We're going to zest the orange. We got the orange juice, coconut aminos, all that. So we've got our chicken and our butter in this pan, well, ghee, not butter, I guess. And that is heating up. I'm going to get the rice going back here for my boys in a second. Got our sauce mixed up here, and then we've got tapioca flour with water here, that once everything's in the pan, we'll mix in with the sauce so it'll thicken it up since we can't use flour. Got our veggies, and we've got my rice cauliflower. So we're doing good, and you can see I've already got a bunch of dishes right here, a bunch of dishes in the sink. So I'm gonna try and knock out some dishes while this starts cooking, because this meal makes a lot of them. So the sauce, the tapioca water, and the veggies are all in. The chicken is cooked and waiting to go back in. The boys' rice is cooked, and I'm about to throw my cauliflower into the microwave. Alright, here's our finished dinner. It smells really good, so we'll see how it is. So this is the end of night 2. I'm feeling really good. I haven't been hungry since dinner. It was so yummy. I'm really excited to have it for lunch tomorrow. And I apologize for all the toddler noises. It's kind of hard to get away from that in this house. But I'm ending today with some lemon water. But it's not with lemon juice, it's with lemon oil. So because it's doTERRA, it's 100% pure, so it does follow Whole30. It's just an oil. So it's good that way. And lemon oil is really good to just support your body's natural detoxing processes, support your liver, that kind of thing. So I feel like it goes along really well with all the stuff that is happening right now. Obviously, my body's going to be detoxing a lot as I go through this and get used to my new diet changes. So sorry for all the chaos in my house tonight. We're going to go to bed, but thank you for joining me, and I will make sure to keep you updated on the rest of the 30 days.